I went camping with an ex-boyfriend of mine, Liam Neeson. I lived with him for 4 years.
Remember when these people were a thing? Probably not. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 celebrities you forgot dated each other.
This isn't working.
No, it's a Boy Scout belt.
For this list, we're focusing on documented relationships between stars that were more than just your average one-night stand. These celebrities enjoyed each other's company and perhaps even fell in love, if only for a brief amount of time.
That was never gonna work out anyway. He's Methodist, I'm half Jewish.
Yeah. Are you? You are?
No.
Number 10. Seal and Tyra Banks.
I don't know if that was the smartest thing in the world to do. It paid off.
Years before the English singer hooked up with Project Runway mogul Heidi Klum, he dominated the early 90s charts with hits such as Crazy and Kiss from a Rose. Thus, it only seemed natural that Seal would attract one of the world's up-and-coming supermodels, Tyra Banks.
I gave myself a year to be a supermodel. And I said, if it doesn't happen, I'm going back to school.
The two enjoyed a brief romance during the mid-90s, and years later, Seal ultimately married and divorced Heidi Klum before moving on to yet another model by the name of Erica Packer, which means that he's either infatuated with supermodels or hasn't come to grips with the loss of Tyra. Then again, maybe Seal dates models because he can. Number 9. Robert Downey Jr. and Sarah Jessica Parker.
Hey, come on, Jake.
An accident, Jake.
It's an accident. You're an accident.
You stop Jesus. What's the matter with you?
They first met on the set of the 1984 flick Firstborn. And though the female in the relationship was still a good 15 years from becoming a cultural icon, both SJP and her bad boy RDJ left their mark on 80s Hollywood.
I'll take you back to school. There's no reason for you to stay. Not here, not in LA. It's over. Let's go.
Do I look like I'm ready for homework?
In fact, it was Downey Jr. who caught some major headlines for all the wrong reasons. By the early 90s, the future Sex and the City star called it a wrap on the romance, because Downey Jr. was just a bit too out of control. But all things must pass, and each managed to sustain prolific careers in the entertainment industry.
Seeing her, I was like, she is so great and so cool and so funny and so in command, and I got to meet her kids and I saw the way she and Matthew lived, and I respect both of them so much.
Number 8. Seth MacFarlane and Amanda Bynes.
Boys, we're gonna drink till she's hot.
Hey, that's just crazy enough to work.
Back in 2008, the creator of Family Guy was just your average 35-year-old millionaire looking for some love. So you can't blame the guy for testing the waters with a pre-train wreck and 13 years his junior, Amanda Bynes, who at this time in her life was known for staying out of trouble and for her reputation as one of Tinseltown's most promising young talents.
You know, the club scene and drinking doesn't appeal to me, so it's actually easier for me not to do it. I have no problem. I've never even been offered drugs.
However, both ultimately went their separate ways, with MacFarlane taking the slow ride to further success and Bynes being taken to jail by the Dancing Lobsters.
Court dismissed! Bring in the dancing lobsters!
Number 7. Moby and Natalie Portman.
Now the security shot.
Speaking of young, trouble-free starlets, Natalie Portman boasted quite the resume in 2001, already having worked with Woody Allen, Michael Mann, and, of course, George Lucas.
Many things will change when we reach the capital, Annie. But my caring for you will remain.
So just imagine how Moby might have perked up once he realized that a relationship with the 20-year-old Natalie Portman could actually be a real thing. And yes, it did happen. But we all know that Natalie Portman is crazy as
Leave you screaming! Pay for my dry cleaning! You man, it's my name that is screaming!
We're kidding, of course, but these two could have made some beautiful music together.
Tell the truth, you never wanted me.
Number 6. Conan O'Brien and Lisa Kudrow.
I'm very unprofessional. I make wolf noise. I'm like, and my eyes can actually go out and back in.
Yeah. It's a well-known fact that everybody loves both of these witty and comedic performers. But here's another fact. There would never have been a Phoebe Buffay, at least as portrayed by Lisa Kudrow, without a failed romance involving Conan O'Brien.
Hey, it says sex on one of them. What's that?
This is we're gonna create our character.
Oh, I thought we got to have sex.
No.
In a time when each was developing their improv skills, Lisa and Conan briefly hooked up, and it was the future late-night talk show host that pushed his ex to perform in the Groundlings comedy troupe, which ultimately landed her an audition for Friends.
And I ended up living with this albino guy who was like cleaning windshields outside Port Authority, and then he killed himself. And then I found aromatherapy, so believe me, I know exactly how you feel.
Number 5, Ashton Kutcher and January Jones.
Breaking up with her. Never gonna happen. It's over. She's cutting into my free time.
By the year 2000, That 70s Show had made a star out of Ashton Kutcher. Yet his resume consisted of only a couple of film roles, much like his girlfriend at the time, January Jones.
You wanna come with me?
No.
While it didn't come as a surprise that they would ultimately break up, nobody could have predicted that Jones would actually become a bigger star, at least in the realm of TV, as she landed the role of Betty Draper on AMC's Mad Men, thus removing the stigma of being Ashton Kutcher's ex.
Of course I'm happy.
Well, that'll be $35. You're welcome.
Number 4, Ryan Gosling and Sandra Bullock.
Yay, baby!
Long before a charming Canadian actor began cashing big checks and breaking necks on the big screen, he locked down a role opposite Sandra Bullock in Murder by Numbers. And, well, both liked what they saw. At nearly 40 years of age, Bullock certainly had the grace and composure that would make any man tremble. But at the same time, she's human like anybody else. When it was all said and done, Gosling reportedly broke Sandra's heart into pieces. "Hey girl, I need to work on my resume." And that he did.
But the thing is that I'm still scared. I'm really scared.
Number 3, Tom Cruise and Cher. In 1985, a musical legend peered into the eyes of a rising star, and it was on.
So this is interesting, Tom. We've never seen you behave this way before.
I know.
Have you ever felt this way before?
Given Tom Cruise's now infamous breakdown over Katie Holmes, some of you probably didn't realize that he could get down with a woman like Cher. Yet he did. But much like the aforementioned Ryan Gosling, Cruise was only getting started.
Today's music ain't got the same soul.
He got into risky business and had all the right moves. Even so, this relationship just didn't pan out.
Yeah.
Who comes to mind?
I've had just the greatest lovers ever.
Where did Tom Cruise rank on that list?
Well, he was in the top 5.
Really?
Number 2, Tupac Shakur and Madonna.
Just like a breath, your voice can take me there. Just like news to me, you are a mystery.
They say opposites attract, and while these two perhaps don't seem like a natural fit, they were united by their shared charisma and musical prowess, and perhaps some physical attraction as well.
But when you learn, you can't time it down, baby doll. Check it out. I get around.
For years, nobody actually realized that Madonna and the late Tupac Shakur actually hooked up, but the Material Girl ultimately broke the news to both David Letterman and Howard Stern.
I didn't know you dated Tupac
That was
Shakur.
a surprise, yeah.
That's shocking to me. That's never been out there, I don't think.
The romance took place in 1994, just 2 years before Pac's untimely passing. They certainly would have been quite the power couple. It wasn't to be, however, and Madonna went on to shack up with Dennis Rodman the same year.
She was a free spirit, go-getter. Don't give a damn what you think about me, and pretty much that's what I was.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Honey, sing me a song,
And now I'm busy, Mama. Stay put.
please.
Number 1, Lance Armstrong and Ashley Olsen.
What the heck are you doing? Making your chicken soup.
Let's get this out of the way. The world knows Lance Armstrong for one thing and one thing only: his love for the classic television show Full House.
Yes.
Okay, everybody knows the cyclist for doping, but after a 2006 breakup with musician Sheryl Crow, and right around the time the proverbial shit began hitting the fan, he found solace in the arms of 21-year-old Ashley Olsen. That's one half of Michelle Tanner.
Chill out, dude.
Who knows what brought the two together, and perhaps nobody cares anymore. But don't be surprised if Lance makes his big comeback in Fuller House.
I think that's best for both of us.
Do you agree with our list?
No. After the top 10, I am completely on my own.
Which celebrity coupling did you forget about?
I don't know. I was in a weird mood that day.
For more mind-blowing top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You pick the wrong guy, baby. If you're too fly, you need to hit the door. Search for a new guy.